everyone, my name's Kim and I'm with Hunger for Technologies, and today I have Ben and Brett on with us, and we're going to go over our Webex Calling Q&A. These are some of the questions that we get asked most frequently. So first question is, can I use my same phones? Ben, do you want to start us out?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of times the people that we're talking to are existing Cisco users, and they currently have like a Cisco on-prem phone system. So a lot of times what we tell them is, if you can flip over your phones and take a look at the back, it will say something along the lines of CP dash. And if the series starts 78 or 88 and then some additional numbers, most likely we can upgrade the firmware. One thing that you do want to do, though, is check all your phones, because we have ran into some issues with someone comes back to me and says, oh, I have 6 7900 series or an older phone model, and those ones we can't upgrade. And Brett, if you want to kind of cover some of those other options too as part of this.
Yeah, definitely. One of the benefits of using the Cisco Cloud Calling solution is the ability of using the softphone client. So downloading the app on your desktop and your cell phone, that way you don't necessarily have to purchase new equipment. We do recommend, if you have non-Cisco phones, that you make the switch to a Cisco branded phone, simply because the call routing and things like that, you would need additional hardware, and then it becomes cost prohibitive in our opinion.
And Brett, you led into this a little bit, but the question is, do I need new phones or can I use a soft phone?
Yeah, you definitely do not need to purchase physical desk phones if you don't want to. It could help save some capital expenditure on the front end by using the app that is free with your calling licenses. So that's one big benefit of using the cloud-based Cisco solution.
Awesome. Next question is, can the phone system tie into different software?
Yeah, and there's been a big shift in the market too. And Cisco's really trying to make it, more open and inclusive to tie into other business software that you're using. So the most common things that we see are, CRMs that people use, such as Salesforce or HubSpot, and then, learning management platforms or software, and also, patient management solutions like an Epic or something like that on the healthcare side. And Brett, you can cover a couple more ways there too.
Yeah, Webex uses an app hub that allows you to go in and view tools that are ready and already sync with the Webex calling platform. You can locate that at apphub.webex.com. But another option too, and oftentimes folks will hire a developer to look into seeing if there are some framework to be able to create an integration between Webex calling and whatever that business software that you're using is. So that's an option as well. And then there is a tool like Zapier that will go and initiate some hooks in between Webex and your business critical software to make that integration possible.
And the next question, how long does it take my numbers to port?
Yeah, typically we like to set an expectation of around 30 days. We have been able to do it faster than that, but in an effort to underpromise and overdeliver, we like to set the minimum expectation of 30 days.
Yeah, and another thing that allows us to do too is get all of the end user training, the admin training, and then test how the calls are routing to make sure that everything is working before we port. The quicker we have to do that, then it opens up more room for error.
And then this is one we get all the time, but is it as challenging to make a move from my current phone system as it was in years past?
Yeah, this is a really good question, because a lot of times people remember how much work in, multiple months having to purchase a bunch of additional hardware like a server and, routers and all this other stuff, running new cabling and doing all that kind of stuff. And really, we try to make it as easy as possible. So like we kind of have a whole process of, seeing, trying, and buying. But, at a bare minimum, you can even just use a softphone client and be ready to go. We could have you up and running and testing that out pretty quickly. And Brett, you can kind of cover some of the other stuff that we kind of like to do as part of this process.
Yeah, part of our process too is to make sure, and Ben, you mentioned this before, is doing training for end users and admins so that there's not a real big learning curve when you do make that switch. Our objective is to make you have to do as little as possible, so that when we get the numbers ported over, it's like flipping a switch and you go from your old system to the Cisco Webex system and you don't notice any disruption at all.
And Ben, you had talked a little bit about this, but do you want to elaborate? Can I do a trial?
Yeah, and a lot of times too, what we recommend is that you do a trial to test out and make sure that the solution works for your needs. And what we found in the past is, when we first started years and years ago doing this, is we would set up a trial and we would send links to videos or trainings that were already done. And what we found is most people didn't do anything with that and would say, I didn't get a chance to try it out because there's a little bit of a learning curve. So what we really try to do is just kind of a white glove approach where once we do set you up with a trial, we schedule another call with someone on your team to just say, how do you use your current phone system? And let's replicate that on the trial. And then all you need to do is just, run calls through the trial numbers and then ask us questions to say, hey, I noticed that this wasn't set up and, we currently use this, with our current system, can we replicate this? Then we can go in and build that out, you test it, and then, you go from there.
Yeah, by doing it that way too, Ben, it really eliminates the risk for customers of a solution that doesn't necessarily fit their needs. But we find it really helpful to be able to set that trial up and let the customer try it before they buy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then lastly, where do we go to get support after we've been set up?
That's a great question too. We do get, with the Cisco Webex calling platform, Cisco offers 24/7 support. You can submit a ticket with the Cisco team that will be fielded. And then, you'll get some reach out from Cisco. You can do that from mycase.cloudapps.cisco.com/case. But Ben, did you want to cover any of the other support options that we offer as well?
Yeah, and you also can reach out to our team. So our team can be reached through support@hungerford.tech or by calling us at 616-949-4020. And, we like to make sure that we have an option too, because all of our people are, US based. So if you need someone quick, you can just give that number a call or, send an email ticket in through that support email address.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Ben and Brett. You answered a lot of really great questions for us. I really appreciate you guys coming on today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.